We've got a hot topic that's sparking debates all over. The rumor that Mike McCarthy might be in line for the Bears head coaching job. Yeah, you heard me right. The same Mike McCarthy who coached the Packers to 6 NFC North titles and a Super Bowl win. I know it's a lot to process, but before you hit that dislike button or shout "no way" at your screen, let's take a deep dive into this and see if it's as wild as it sounds. First off, let's talk about who Mike McCarthy is. This guy has been around the NFL for what feels like forever. He coached the Green Bay Packers for 13 years, racking up 125 wins and leading them to a Super Bowl victory. He's now with the Dallas Cowboys, where he's proven he can still win. His career record? A solid 174-111. That's no small feat, folks. Love him or hate him, McCarthy knows how to coach football. So why is his name being thrown around for the Bears job? Well, with Dallas reportedly unsure about extending his contract, McCarthy might be on the market. And the Bears? Well, let's be real. Our coaching situation is a mess. Matt Eberflus is out, the team's morale is in the gutter, and our young quarterback Caleb Williams is in desperate need of guidance. Could McCarthy be the stabilizing force this team needs? Let's break down. First, let's look at McCarthy's strengths. The man is an offensive wizard. During his time in Green Bay, his offenses were ranked in the top 10 for 9 straight seasons. 9! Even with the Cowboys, his offenses have been top tier, ranking in the top 8 3 times and never falling below 14th. For a team like the Bears, who have struggled to put points on the board, this is music to our ears. Imagine Caleb Williams working with a coach who knows how to build a dynamic offense. The potential is huge. Speaking of Caleb Williams, let's talk about what this could mean for him. Williams is a rookie with tons of talent but zero protection. The guy has been sacked 67 times this season. That's insane. If we're serious about developing him into a franchise quarterback, we need someone who can not only scheme up a great offense, but also protect him. McCarthy has a track record of working with quarterbacks. He helped shape Aaron Rodgers into one of the greatest QBs of all time. If he could do even half of that with Williams, we'd be in great shape. But it's not just about the quarterback. McCarthy's offenses have always been balanced. He doesn't just air it out. He knows how to use the run game effectively. With the Bears' current roster, including some promising young running backs, this could be a game changer. Imagine a Bears offense that actually keeps defenses guessing. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it? Now, let's address the obvious concern, McCarthy's ties to the Packers. I know, it's tough to swallow. The thought of hiring a coach who spent over a decade with our biggest rivals feels like betrayal, but let's flip the switch for a second. What if this is exactly what we need? What better way to stick it to Green Bay than by hiring their former coach and turning him into a Bears legend? The Packers have owned us for far too long. It's time to change the narrative, and McCarthy could be the guy to do it. Another concern people bring up is McCarthy's age. He's 61, which isn't exactly young in coaching years, but let's not forget Pete Carroll is 73 and still going strong in Seattle. Age isn't the issue here. It's about whether McCarthy still has the fire and the vision to lead the team. Judging by his recent success in Dallas, I'd say he's got plenty left in the tank. Of course, McCarthy isn't without flaws. Some say he's too conservative, that he doesn't take enough risks. Others argue that he underachieved with Aaron Rodgers, failing to win more than one Super Bowl, despite having one of the best QBs in the game. These are valid criticisms, but let's be honest, no coach is perfect. Even Bill Belichick has his critics. The question is whether McCarthy's strengths outweigh his weaknesses. And for the Bears, I think they just might. Let's also talk about the alternatives. Sure, we could go for a hotshot young coordinator, but we've been down that road before and it hasn't worked out. Matt Nagy, anyone? Sometimes experience is what you need. McCarthy has been there and done that. He's won a Super Bowl. He's dealt with big personalities. He knows how to handle the pressure. That kind of experience is invaluable for a team trying to rebuild its identity. Hiring McCarthy could also send a strong message to the players. It would show them that the organization is serious about winning. Players respect coaches with a proven track record. They respect winners. Bringing in McCarthy could help change the culture in the locker room, which is something we desperately need. Now let's zoom out and look at the NFC North as a whole. The Lions are on the rise, but they're not invincible. The Vikings are having a strong season, but consistency has always been an issue for them. And the Packers? They're in transition. This is the perfect time for the Bears to make a bold move and shake things up. With the right coach and a few key roster moves, we could turn this thing around quickly. McCarthy has the tools and the experience to make that happen. But what about us, the fans? Would Bears Nation get behind this hire? Honestly, it might take some convincing. McCarthy's history with the Packers is a tough pill to swallow. But here's the thing. Winning cures everything. If McCarthy comes in and turns this team into a contender, we'll forget all about his Green Bay days. Heck, we might even enjoy rubbing it in Packers fans' faces. Financially, this move makes sense too. McCarthy wouldn't come cheap, but he'd be worth the investment. The Bears have the resources to make this happen. If we're serious about turning this franchise around, we can't afford to pinch pennies when it comes to the head coach. McCarthy could be the guy who takes us to the next level. So, where does that leave us? Is Mike McCarthy the perfect fit for the Bears? Maybe, maybe not. But is he a bad option? Absolutely not. In fact, he might be one of the best options available. He's got the experience, the offensive mind, and the leadership skills we need. He's not afraid of a challenge, and let's face it, turning the Bears into a winner would be one of the biggest challenges in the league. At the end of the day, the Bears need to make a bold move. We need to show the league, the fans, and the players that we're serious about winning. Hiring Mike McCarthy would do just that. It's a risk, sure, but sometimes you have to take risks to achieve greatness. And who knows, this might just be the move that finally brings the Bears back to relevance. What do you think, Bears fans? Is Mike McCarthy the answer to our prayers? Or should we look elsewhere? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.